How to replace the cable on your Shark vacuum cleaner. If your cable is damaged, it's really important that you replace it. And you have 3 ways of going about this. The first one is the easy but expensive way. You buy the complete body for your Shark vacuum cleaner from the Shark website. So you get the cable, the body with the brand new motor in it. Trouble is, they're around £70 or £80. But the second option, if the damage is really close to the plug, you could just cut your cable short and put a generic plug on there. I do have a video showing you how to do this on my other videos. But the third way is what we're going to be covering today, and that's to actually replace the power cable itself. Now Shark don't sell these power cables, so we're using a compatible cable, and then we're having to reuse the little strain relief grommet that goes into the Shark vacuum cleaner. Now that's really the tricky part. I'm going to show you everything, how to do it. It's not the easiest repair in the world, it will give you a headache, but hopefully I will help ease that headache. Let's get started. So first, all the models are really different, so I can't really tell you how to take it all apart. I'm going to show you though, basically on an upright model, you have a few screws on the front here, then you have 5 or 6 screws underneath. On the back, you'll have a couple more screws. And then the top part, well, that just lifts off, but it does need a lot of encouragement with a flat-headed screwdriver. Plus, if you feel like yours isn't wanting to come off, you may have a hidden screw, often under a lift away button, or in this case, it's under the dust cup release button. Now be careful with these buttons, because guess what? You can't buy them. So if you break them, you've shot it. If this all sounds a bit nervy to you, if you're not used to doing repairs like this, I suggest to probably just buy the body with the cable on. But anyway, let's crack on with the rest of it. So you've got your vacuum cleaner apart, you cut the cable, cut the wires inside, and we take out this part, which is the strain relief grommet. This is the trickiest part of the repair, and actually the key reason for me doing this video. Your compatible cable doesn't come with one of these on because they differ on all the Shark models. So we need to reuse this, no ifs or buts about it. Get a pair of pliers, the long nose pliers you will need for this repair by the way, and we're just going to pull the brown and blue wire out. Nice and easy. Now there's some string that runs through the Shark cables, it adds strength to them, it's a good feature, just need to pull that out as well. Now, if you look at it, you're left with the insulation from your old cable, and that runs inside this grommet. Now, there's a clear gap between them, but don't be fooled. It doesn't just pull out. It's actually tacked into place. I think that's the correct word for it. It's like little rivets made of rubber, and they go up where these lines are on the grommet, and then inside the curved bit on the grommet, something must go off there because it always gives you grief, but I've not quite figured out exactly where everything is. We'll get to that in a minute. So first things first, you need to get a really small, thin screwdriver, flat-headed one, and run it up these parts, and you'll keep hearing little pops as the rivets break. Make sure the screwdriver is definitely between the old insulation and the grommet part, and be careful not to slip and put the screwdriver through your hand. Once you've done this, I tend to poke it into the little bend bit, and we're just stabbing around and really stabbing in the dark. We don't really know what's going on in there, but we're just trying to break any seal that's there. Once you've done this, pull the insulation from each end, and I'm going to show you now what happens 9 times out of 10. You pull the insulation out the bottom, you pull the insulation out the top, and you think you've done it. You can now cut the insulation off your new cable, and you can get the wires so they're long, and you can thread them up into there, and they'll come out the other side. Apart from they never do. Because guaranteed in that little bendy part where you cannot see, there is a little bit of old insulation left. Just keep stabbing away with a screwdriver, it will drive you mad. This part is going to take you about 15 minutes, I guarantee it. Then eventually you'll look through the top and you'll see a little bit of insulation. Get your long nose pliers, poke them in there and pull it out. Then we can go back to the new cable. Now I always spray a little bit of silicone spray inside the grommet and a little bit on the cable itself. It's just going to help it slide through. Get the blue and the brown, and like before, we're going to try putting it up, and this time you will see the little wires appear inside the top bit on the bend. It's not really going to go through on its own accord. Again, you need to use your long nose pliers and grab the blue and the brown wire. Sometimes you can get them both at the same time. Sometimes you're just pulling each one through one at a time. Once you've got them through, you need to hold the grommet tight and pull the rest of it through. And finally, you've done it. You're on the home straight now. Now you just need to cut and trim the wires according to the model that you're doing. Now this one, I'm going to use some connectors on because I can get the wires straight down to the circuit board. Some models are totally different to this, and you might want to wrap the wires together to some existing ones inside and solder them up, and then make sure that you're insulating them with some insulation tape. Use connectors. Do whatever you think is best. If this is all looking a bit too complicated and sounding a bit alien, you're probably best not to try this repair. The most important thing to do now that your cable is connected inside is to make sure that the grip goes over the black insulation inside. Now this is like the plastic bit with the two screws. It goes over the insulation of the cable and it grips it. This is the thing that's going to stop it from pulling out of your vacuum cleaner. It is critical. Then once everything's in place, we're going to just put it all back together. Now you have a new cable fitted, it's much safer, and your vacuum cleaner is also going to be much more reliable. I hope this video has helped. Please subscribe to my channel for more shock help videos. This next one is an absolute nightmare too. How to remove the brush bar from your floor tool.